Good evening, hockey fans. For tonight's NHL matchup, as your Utah Hockey Club continues the road stand tonight against the St. Louis Blues for the third of four meetings this season. Last two meetings have both gone to Utah, both 4-2 wins for them. See if they can do that tonight. Though both teams coming into tonight with a four-game losing streak, so somebody's got to win it. Lineups for tonight's game: Utah, Keller, Kerfoot, Schmaltz on the top line, Maselli, Hayton, Doan on the second, Carcone, McBain, Kraus on the third, O'Brien, Stenlin, Bukestad on the fourth, Sergachev, Marino on the top D pair, Cole Kessering on the second, Mata, DeSimone on the third, and Ingram in net. Looking over to the Blues, Buchnevich, Thomas, Kyrou on the top line, Holloway, Shen, Joseph on the second, Neighbors, Sunfist, Bolduc on the third, Torpachenko, Fosca, and Texier on the fourth, Broberg and Falk on the top D pairing for the Blues, Fowler and Pareko on the second, Suter and Tucker on the fourth, and Binnington in net tonight for the Blues. It's going to be a very critical game for both teams to win. Both separated 1 point in the playoff chase, though both, well, 1 point. Utah currently sitting 6 points back of the last wild card spot. That one held by Calgary, Blues 7 back. So if either team are going to make a push to get into the playoffs, they're going to need to take this one tonight. Utah especially going to need to take these points tonight as they've dropped the last two in overtime, so missed out on 2 points there. Bottom line, at least they got a point. However, at this point, there's so many points back of that playoff spot. Calgary seemingly trying to kind of push their way further in, acquiring Farabee and Frost, I believe, was the other one in that trade. And Vancouver, they trade Miller, but seemingly getting things together. Opening draw one back by the Blues back into their own zone, trying to move it up the left side boards into the Utah end. Stopped at the left side point. The quick pass in front. Pass across to the right side for Pareko. He'll take a shot. That one saved away by Ingram. Thomas will push this one back down to the line. Kept in. Shot. Looking for a deflection in front. This one goes wide. Fowler the one to take that shot. Utah trying to clear. This one's stolen away by the Blues. Moving down the left side boards. Pushed back behind the net. Trying to get Buchnevich there. Instead, it'll take a bounce to the left side corner. Utah able to grab it. Kerfoot looking to clear this one to neutral ice. He will. Fowler not able to get too much control of that one. It'll end up back to the Utah end. Oh, good. And the scorebook font's different now. Let's see if it breaks again. Marino back in his own zone. He'll pass this one up. Utah will chip this one into the Blues zone. Doan fighting for it. It'll end up into the right side corner. Blues still with control. Looking for a long pass up to Bolduc through neutral ice. Won't find it. Instead, they'll find the icing. 18:59 left in the first. Both teams going to need to win this one tonight. This is a critical game, especially for Utah dropping those last ones. Well, both teams actually dropping the last four combined. So at least if you're Utah, you've won two of those or lost two of those in overtime, getting 2 points. But still, with so many games, with so little games left in the season, you're going to need a big push here and soon. It was a left side draw back in the Blues zone. Utah not able to do much with it. Back in their own zone, looking to chip it up, not able to. Blues will take it back. Looking for a long pass to their neutral ice. Instead, that one taken away and pushed right back to McBain. He'll push this one up the right side boards. Stolen away by Broberg, though. Bolduc, he'll get this one into the Blues or into the Utah zone. Pass this one across for Neighbors. Tied up along the left side boards. End up along the right side. Cole able to steal this one. Looking to move this one out up to McBain. Tied up at the Utah line, though, by Sunvist. He'll push this back to the Blue zone, so they'll keep control there. Suter trying to push this one up. It'll end up to Holloway, not able to do much with it, but Utah's not able to clear either, at least on the first attempt. Doan tries to push it out, immediately pushed back in by St. Louis. Here's Joseph pushing up the left side with speed. Kesselring providing some great defense there to prevent the wraparound. Ingram with the save regardless. Tucker will keep this one. He throws this one to the right side corner. Almost had a beautiful little backhand there by Shen as Ingram comes out of his net to play that puck. Shen tries to swat that one out of midair. Not able to. Would have been a beautiful goal if he had. Holloway able to fight before this one behind the Utah net. Hayton trying to get this one out. It'll end up to the right side boards. Kept in by St. Louis, though. Just for a second, Utah finally able to clear, but without control. It'll end up back to Suter. He loses control of it just for a second. He'll regain it and pushing it along to the left side boards for Falk. 17-18 left in the first now. St. Louis on a failed attempt. O'Brien will push this one right side into the St. Louis end. He'll slow at the line. Pass in the middle for Mata, pushing along the left side boards, passing deep with it back to him. Across the right side point for Cole. He'll throw this one in front, saved away. Stenlin tries to take a shot there, not able to. Tries to get a pass to O'Brien. Instead of let this one float all the way to Cole down at the right side point. Bukestad shot that one blocked away by Bennington. Cole keep this one along the left side boards, throwing this one around, trying to find Bukestad, but instead it chips up into the netting. Play blown dead. 16:50 now left in the first. Shot sitting 3-2 in favor of the Blues. Not Blue Jackets. That was the other night. Blues is tonight. Definitely more in the Blues' favor over these first few minutes. You can tell they're really trying to just get themselves out of that 4-game skid. Really bring everything they have. Bolduc, after a bad collision with the boards on those last play, they're heading back to the locker room. We'll see if he's okay. Just kind of gets tripped up. Looked like over his own skates, fell right into the board, right on his shoulder, it looked like. Left side draw in the Blues zone. This one won by them, and they'll clear it up. Moving into the Utah end. Trying to move along the left side boards. Can't do much with it, though. Keller, he'll chip this one to neutralize. Can't find Kerfoot. Blues will pick it right back up. Fowler trying to push this one up along the left side boards. Will be chipped in over to Falk. Trying to find Buchnevich. He'll push it back to the right side point. Nobody there. Drop back for Keller. Keller moving in. He'll get it back to Kerfoot. Wasn't expecting it. Couldn't do much with it. Bad pass from him. Redeems himself. He'll keep it in the zone, though. Back down to the point for Sergachev. Deep along the left side. Bad pass. Couldn't hold it. Blues back with control. Holding at their own line. Trying to determine what they want. And they'll chip this one to the Utah end as they go for a change. Utah pushing it right back into the Blues end. Keller at the line. Trying to find, look like Carcone deep. Regardless, or Kraus deep with it. Blues back up the other way. Tied up along the left side boards. Will be pushed around. Model will get to it first. Neighbors trying to keep this one in. Tucker will fight for it and neutralize, but Kraus able to pick it up. He'll get into the Blues end. Tied up at the line, though. Forced to dump it into the right corner. Blues will intercept it before it even gets there. Trying to find Neighbors on a deep pass, taken away by Utah. DeSimone back in the zone end. He'll give this one over to Mata, right back to him. Utah going for a change. See if they can push up on this attempt. Bounce back to neutral ice. DeSimone will grab it. Doan with a failed entry there. Maselli, he'll push this one back down. Takes it right back up in his own zone. 15-10 left in the first now. Cruising up the right side. Forced to dump it instead. Couldn't do much with it. Shen looking to clear it out right side. Will be tied up along the boards instead. Doan trying to grab away with it. Loses a stick, though. Looks like it's broken, so he heads to the bench. Blues able to clear this one out to neutral ice. Trying to get a pass right in the middle. This one taken away by Utah. Hayden moving in a shot right into the glove of Bennington. He'll hold for the save. 14:50 left in the first now. Shots now tied at 3. So all of those Utah rushes, Utah only able to get one shot on, and that the last one there. So Blues definitely with the kind of lead so far in this game, kind of offensively. See if Utah can battle back, because it seems like over the last few games, they've been good in the first, in the second, but it's that third where they kind of fall apart. Kind of they get the lead and then they just kind of fall apart. They get comfortable with it. We'll see if they can prevent that tonight. Take a bounce down to the Utah and O'Brien trying to push in with speed along the right side. He'll get in. Too much pressure. He'll dump it into the right corner instead. Blues will clear this one out along the left side boards. Long pass up. Moving up the right side is Shen. Takes a shot. That one's saved away. It would have been a perfect rebound opportunity, but Stenlin grabs it instead. He'll push this one over to Cole, looking to clear it out. He will. He'll end up back down to the Blues, or would have ended back up in the Blue zone, but instead hits the benches there. So we'll see if, like I was saying, Utah just not able to kind of maintain their leads over the last few games. They just don't have that third period rush, that you hope to see, because both games, Pittsburgh, it was only a 2-1 lead they blew, but Columbus, that was a 2-0 lead they blew in the third. So against a team they've won twice and have played very good against, we'll see if they can prevent that tonight. 4:19 right side draw right side draw on the Utah end. One back by them, trying to push it up to Schmaltz. Instead, it'll be taken away in the left side corner. Utah looking to clear on the second attempt here. Finally, they will. Dumped in along the right side board. Schmaltz trying to fight for it. We'll find Pareko looking to clear out left side. Kerfoot bounce back to Keller. Almost keeps that one in. Dump back in by Marino. Bennington looks to slow, not able to. Long pass across. Kerfoot with a opportunity in front. That one saved away by Bennington. Just a quick pass from the left side boards there as that rings around. Kerfoot with the opportunity to take the early lead here. Blues up the other way now. Looking for a centering feed. Nobody there except Falk is saved by Ingram. Take a bounce over to him. Kept in along the left side boards. Marino will grab it. Forced to chip this one in. He'll grab to Falk. He can't do much with it. Bennington will grab it instead. He'll dump it along the right side boards. Kept in by Utah. Kraus looking for a tip in front. That one pushed along to the left side corner. Falk will grab it. Looking to clear this one out right side. We'll see if DeSimone will keep it in. Won't even reach him. Will be tied up along the right side board instead. Delayed call. Will be a tripping. We'll see on who. It'll be on Utah. So Carcone going to the box. Looks like for tripping. Yes, it will be. It'll be Carcone, 2 minutes tripping against Bolduc. So St. Louis with the early opportunity here, tied at 0 still, 13-10 in the first. See if this Blues power play can get something going, or if the Utah penalty kill can do what they do best and prevent the lead from going in the Blues' favor. Listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. $13-10 left in the first. St. Louis heading to the power play after a trip by Carcone. St. Louis with a couple quality chances early. Shen had one in front. Falk with a blast from the point. Ingram kind of the wrong way on that one. Still makes the save regardless. See if this power play for St. Louis can get something on the board, or if this Utah penalty kill can do what they do best. Right side draw, Utah zone tied up with the dot. Will be pushed back to the right side point. Moving up into the slot. He'll pass across to Shen. Right back to him. Down the line is Fowler. Fowler, a shot looking for the rebound there. Texier, a shot, almost has that one in, but poke checked away at the last second. Tied up along the left side boards. Will be thrown back down to the right side point. Drop back down to the line for Fowler. Texier whiffs on the shot entirely. Keeps control of the puck, though, but just doesn't shoot it at the net there. Quick pass up to Buchnevich. Tied up by Kerfoot. Will end up to Sundqvist. Back down to the point for Fowler. Back to Texier up the left side. Fowler back down at the point. 1:20 left in the power play. Gives this one over to Thomas. Back down to Fowler. Fakes a shot from the right side. Trying to find Buchnevich in front there. Back to Thomas. Kept in by Fowler. Passed over to the right side. Back down to Fowler at the line. Dancing with it. I'll find Thomas. Back down to Fowler. Looks for a shot from an angle. Couple rebounds there. Ingram able to keep this one out. Cole kind of diving over the puck there in the crease. This one bounces out. Waves. Good Lord. Let me try that one again. In the crease. Just both teams scrambling for it. They'll blow this one dead, even though the puck bounces out free. They might have seen Ingram have it at one point. We'll have to see on the replay here. Let's see. Yeah, shot thrown in. Or no, that's the one from earlier. Texier with a golden opportunity, the one from earlier here. Fowler throws this one at the net. Texier with a perfect open net rebound. Looks like Marino. Or no, Texier just whiffs on the shot entirely. No defense from Utah there. Here's the one we're looking for. Yeah, both teams digging away at it. As Sunfist has a couple opportunities. Ingram able to kind of bat this one out of the air. Yeah, not sure that one would have or should have been called there, but it is regardless. 12:01 left in the first, 50 seconds left in the St. Louis power play. Left side kept in by Falk. Passes this one up the left side, ends up back down. Neighbors has a chance for a rebound there as Kyrou gets a shot from the left side dot, tied up along the left side boards. Kyrou trying to poke this one away. Instead, will end up back down to the St. Louis end. Falk will go and retrieve. 30 seconds left in the St. Louis power play here. Shot sitting 7-5 in favor of St. Louis. Looking for a quick snap up to Neighbors. He'll throw this one to the right side corner for Holloway. Back across to Kyrou at the left side, or at the right side boards with it. Trying to chip this one to Neighbors. Instead, will end up back down to Shen. Trying to find Falk with it. This one taken away by Utah. Looking for Schmaltz, a shorthanded rest there. Won't find it. 4 seconds left in the St. Louis power play now. Utah clearing this one out of their zone. Schmaltz with control, and they will kill this one off. Maybe with a bit of ref assistance there, but yeah, not sure if that one should have been called dead. Kessering, he'll dump this one into the left side corner. Shen Pareko able to get to it first. Tied up along the right side boards. St. Louis able to clear this one out. Pareko on the rush. He's got Texier with him. Moves up, takes a shot. This one goes wide. Had Torpachenko in the front as well. Utah able to regain control, trying to move up through neutral ice. Killer poked off the puck and will end up back down to the St. Louis end. Torpachenko with control. He'll give this one across to Pareko. He'll find Broberg with it. Chipping this one into the Utah end. Will end up right side corner. Hayton will get to it first. Pushing this one over to Kesselring. Long pass over. Trying to find Keller there. Whiffs on the pass, though. Broberg able to grab it back in his own end. He'll push it in right side. Ingram, he'll hold it behind his own net. Quick pass across the right side corner. 10:15 left in the first. Utah moving back into the zone. Tied up along the left side. Maselli not able to do much. Tucker looks to clear it. Won't be able to. Dona pass up. Looks for a shot from an angle. That one kept in the glove of Binnington. Hayton the one looking for the shot from an angle there. 10:06 left in the first now. Shot sitting 7-6 in favor of St. Louis. And a good back and forth so far in these first 10 minutes here. St. Louis with the better of the offensive opportunities, I would say. Just feels like they've had more control. But when Utah's in the zone, feels like they're throwing it at the net, making those good passes, trying to at least keep it out of their own zone. Will be a left side draw in the St. Louis end. Hayton and somebody else on the draw. It'll be Shen on the draw. We'll try this one again. Hayton kicked out of the dot, so it'll be Doan, and wasn't even Shen, it was Thomas. Finally, tied up at the dot. This one, Utah trying to push this one back, and so it'll be St. Louis that takes it away. Broberg moving up the left side with it. Gets over the red line. He'll chip this one into the far corner. Ingram will get to it first. Trying to move this one all the way around to the right side. Hayton tied up by Falk. Quick shot in front by Shen. Broberg looking for a tip. This one goes wide. Kyrou, the one right in front, looking for that one. Another shot from the Blues. This one goes wide, trying to pick the top right corner. We'll end up in the left side corner. Both teams sticking away at it. We'll take a bounce into the middle. Kept in at the line. Kyrou, quick passes down. Broberg, another one. That one saved by Ingram. Buchnevich will pick it up. Falk kept in at the line by Broberg, trying to chip this one up to Thomas. Marino trying to clear, not able to. It'll end up back down behind the Utah net. Sergachev not able to get any control on the first attempt, but he'll get it over to Marino as the Blues go for a change. 9:10 left in the first now. Utah waiting behind their own net as they go for a change. Holloway with pressure. He'll push up behind the Utah net. Utah forced to move up with it, trying to get in left side. It'll be chipped up into the benches, so play blown dead. 8:59 left in the first. St. Louis with power play opportunity, not able to capitalize on. Utah getting a little bit of ref help, seemed like, to kind of help that. And then both rushes back up the other way. Still no score yet in Utah. Listening to St. Louis, Utah, and Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. 8:59 left in the first, still scoreless in Utah. Utah's really going to need to kind of battle down here and fix some things because looking at some of the numbers during the commercial break there, face-off sitting 6-8 in favor of St. Louis. Utah plays better when they're winning the majority of the face-off, so they're definitely going to need to fix that. Additionally, hits sitting 8-3 in favor of St. Louis. So hopefully Utah doesn't fall into the trap they usually do of not winning face-offs and getting out physical. Puck ends up back behind the Utah net. St. Louis not able to do much on that chance. It'll bounce back down to the Utah blue line or to the Blues blue line. O'Brien will swat to keep this one in the zone. Looks like there's going to be a fight in center ice there as we slowly pan over to it. Lee McBain and Tucker on the fight. All you saw on the broadcast there was you just see Tucker fly into the out of left frame there, and you just see his gloves and stick left in center ice there, and Tucker will win that fight because he takes McBain down. So that's another fight Utah's lost. Doesn't seem like they can win fights this year. At least they don't win the ones I see. Maybe that'll be the spark both teams need to get something going. St. Louis with some good offensive opportunities. They've been in the zone, it feels like, more than Utah, but Utah taking advantage of the chances that they have been, getting those quality shots, maybe looking for something from an angle, trying a tip in front. St. Louis similarly, Shen had the one where he tried to backhand that one out of the air, a couple shots from the point. Texier had at least two opportunities where he should have had one by now, but just whiffs on both of them. So McBain and Tucker, 5 minutes for fighting each. That one pretty obvious. Center ice draw, one back by St. Louis, trying to push this one up left side out of their own end. It'll be tied up at the Utah blue line just for a second as it chips up into the penalty boxes, it looks like. So we'll grab a new puck and we'll try this one again. 8:32 left in the first. See if either team can get on the board before periods end or if we'll move into the second scoreless. Still plenty of time. Opening draw this time, one back by Utah. Marino trying to chip this one up to Schmaltz. It'll end up to Fowler instead. Giving this one across to Pareko, trying to move this one up right side. Ingram will get to it first. Buchnevich with pressure. Looking to clear this one out right side. Kerfoot not able to grab control of it. It'll bounce back to neutral ice. Kerfoot will get this one up to Keller to Schmaltz on the second attempt here. Kerfoot will push this one along the right side boards. It'll end up out of the zone instead, but Utah back with control. Keller giving this one over to Schmaltz. Back to Keller. Pressured off the puck there by Kyrou, it looked like. Couldn't do much with it. Utah moved back into their own zone and try this one again. Trying to get this one into the zone. Past to Schmaltz there. Loses it in his skates. It'll end up back behind the Blues net. Fowler will get to it first. Pushing this one up into neutral ice. We'll take a bounce and stay in the blue zone. Stenlin will keep control of it. Looking for a tip in front there. It'll end up right in front of the net, where Binnington will make the easy hold. 7:33 left in the first now. It seemed like after that fight, both teams kind of lost the energy instead of really, gaining that spark they needed from it. But a much slower game after that fight. 7.5, still plenty of time to get on the board. Maybe if Utah, as dumb as it sounds, seeing as you've blown leads the last two games, maybe you want St. Louis to get that first one. Although, obviously you don't, but you know what I'm saying here. Right side draw in the blue zone, one back by him. Falk will move around his own net with it, getting up to Texier, looking to put one in this time. It'll end up to the right side corner as he loses control of it. Over to O'Brien in the left side corner, trying to clear this one out. It'll be tied up along the left side boards instead by St. Louis. Trying for one from an angle is Fosca. He'll push this one back down to the right side point for Falk. Right back to him. Texier fighting for it. O'Brien will push him off the puck. Texier, Torpchenko, and Fosca all fighting for it in the right side corner. It'll be Kesselring that comes away with it instead. Chipping this one deep. No icing. That one waved off. Broberg able to pick this one up back behind his own net, trying to get it up out of their own zone. Texier back with it. He'll fling it in as he goes for a change. Dumps it a little too far, though, as that one goes out of play. I don't think they'll call intentional puck over glass on that one, but I could, hypothetically see Utah challenging for that. Don't look like they will. 6:43 left in the first now. Shots hitting 10-6 in favor of St. Louis. Faceoffs now getting even worse for Utah, now sitting 10-2 in favor of St. Louis. So they're really going to need to get that figured out before periods end. Watch they'll win this faceoff because I said something. Nope, Blues win it back from center ice. Looking to push this one up to Neighbors. Won't be able to grab it. Instead, it'll be Bolduc that grabs it. Tied up in the right side corner by Mata. Trying to get this one over to Neighbors. It'll be tied up behind the Utah net. Takes a bounce over to the left side corner. Flung back deep. Instead, it'll hit the netting. Just barely kept in the ice this time. So play blown dead again. 6:26 now left in the first. St. Louis really needs to get something going here in the offensive chances they've got. If they can get that early lead from Utah and put that pressure on them, they know they should have seen over the last few games. They've struggled holding leads and kind of coming back at certain points when they're down. So if they can get that first goal, get that pressure on them, that'll be critical for the Blues. Left side draw. We'll drop this one again. Both teams jump a little early there. Bukestad out of the dot. So it'll be Shen and somebody. Krause finally walks up to the dot. 6:26 left in the first. This one back by St. Louis. Parayko trying to set up Fowler there. That one poke checked away by Carcone. Not able to race for it. Fowler will get to it first. Pushing this one up their neutral ice. Shen trying to move in with it, not quite able to do much with it. Joseph looking to grab this one along the left or right side boards, not able to. Bad pass neutral ice, will end up right back to Joseph. Moving in right side, fakes a shot. That one saved away by Ingram. Maselli almost gives it right back to Joseph. It'll be tied up. He'll pick it right back up, though. Parayko trying to keep this one in at line, won't be able to. Kind of fumbles around the puck, but Blues able to regain control. Holloway trying to find Joseph in the right side point there. It'll end up right side corner. Carcone will grab it. Back down in front of the Utah net now. As Blues go for a change. 5:35 left in the first now. Utah still back in their own zone. Seems like this will be the chance they push up with it. Kesselring, he'll give this one away. Bad pass neutral ice, though. St. Louis able to pick it up just for a second. Kell will grab it right back. Throws this one at the net. Will take a bounce up into the netting, saved away by Bennington. Ingram's not in the Utah net. Or not in... Christ. Ingram is in the Utah net. Bennington's in the St. Louis net. 5:20 left in the first. Both teams with some good chances so far. Still scoreless, though. We'll see if St. Louis can finally get something going or if Utah can once again take the early lead that they'll probably eventually lose, probably in the third. Regardless, you're listening to St. Louis, Utah, on Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .520 left in the first, still tied at 0. St. Louis with some good quality chances on the last few retches there. Utah as well, just both teams kind of being not goalie, not necessarily, but quality chances is not able to put in and put anything in yet. About 5 minutes, let's see what happens. Left side draw on St. Louis and one back by him. Looking to clear it out right side. They will. It'll take him out all the way back down to the Utah end. Ingram will get to it first. Waits for a second. Bad pass by him, though. That one's stolen away by Thomas. Utah luckily able to not get that to Cairo. He likely would have had the goal there. Unsuccessful entry by Utah. Will dump it in on the second attempt here. It'll take a bounce to Fowler, trying to push this one out right side. It'll be cleared out of the zone, but Utah will be able to grab it back in their own end. Entering left side, long pass across to Kerfoot, whiffs on the shot completely. Gets it to Schmaltz, trying to find Keller, looking for a wraparound. Fowler, great defense there to prevent that one. He pushed the right side boards instead, dumps this one back to Schmaltz. Pushing this one down the line, he'll find Keller again, right side with it. Pass across Schmaltz, giving this one over to the left side, takes a bounce over the net instead. Keller trying to fight for it. He got Schmaltz back with him. Marino pass over to Sergachev. He'll dump this one all the way around. We'll get to Keller first. Fowler trying to poke him off the puck. Stenlin now out in the corner fighting for it. Thomas finally able to get this one across to Pareko in the left side corner, looking to clear, and he will. Trying to push this one right back into the Utah end is Kyrou. He'll get it on the second attempt here. DeSimone looking to clear, not able to. St. Louis pick it right back up. Held down at the point by Falk. Over to Broberg, left side. Throws this one at the net, saved away by Ingram, and he'll pull this one in for the save and hold. 3:47 left in the first now. Shot sitting 12-6 in favor of St. Louis. Utah with some great chances on that one. Although Kerfoot whiffs on the shot initially. A couple opportunities there. Keller has the rebound and the deflection attempt there, both going wide. So St. Louis, great defense by them. Additionally, great offense immediately. You get that one out of the zone, you push it right back in. Kyrou waiting at the line, doesn't give up on it, able to get this one in, or into the zone, I should say. Utah looking to clear out right side. It'll be kept in by St. Louis. They'll dump this one back around. I'll get it out on the second attempt, though, all the way back down to the St. Louis end. No icing called on that one. Bolduc, he'll find Falk, looking to push this one up to the Utah end. No icing on that one either. Utah back behind their own net with it, 3:20. DeSimone, a long pass up to Hayton. Throws this one at the net. That one hits a stick and deflects up into the netting. Play blown dead. Of course it was Bukestad. Took a guess between the two of them and picked the wrong one there. Bukestad, the one with the shot attempt there. 3:12 left in the first now. See if Utah can get one in before period's end. It'll be critical for them to. I think as long as they can keep the pressure in the Blues end for the majority of this period, that'll be, preferably you want the goal, but bottom line, that'll be a good step in the right direction for Utah to kind of break this 4-game losing streak. Left side draw in the Blues end, tied up the dot. Will bounce over to Tucker, looking to push this one around the right side boards. Cole looks to keep it in, not able to. Fosco will push it right back into the Utah end. Texier with a shot, that one right into the glove of Ingram. He'll hold for the save. 3 minutes exactly now left in the first. As go figure, as soon as I say, hey, if Utah can get this one in and maybe keep the pressure up, St. Louis, great on them, gets it right back in, doesn't waste any time, throw it at the net. They've seen Ingram's been letting up some rebounds over these last few games and a couple tonight, so they're thinking, hey, if we can kind of have an odd man rush up both of the sides here, maybe a rebound bounces in the right direction, see what happens. Left side draw on the Utah end, one back by him. Cole looking to push this one out along the right side boards. It'll find Krause. He'll chip this one into the Blues end, not with control though. 2:45 left in the first now. Tucker skating circles in his own end. He'll give this one across over to Suter. He'll chip this one into the Utah end. It'll end up in the right side corner for Texier. Carcone with pressure. He's got Kessling to come in and help him. Quick shot there from the right side point. Hits a body. Utah not able to clear, though. Kept in by Pareko. We'll find him deep, looking for one in front. Texier finally gets one. Like his fourth attempt, he probably should have had a hat trick by now. But he finally has one tonight. Blues taking the early lead. Just takes a bounce in front. Utah kind of puck watching there. Or either they're puck watching or they didn't know where that one ended up. Regardless, we'll see on the replay here. Torpchenko deep with it, throws this one in front, drop back. Drops this one to Fosca. He drops it right back to Texier and just puts this one in top right corner. Beautiful shot there by Texier. His fourth of the season, assists from Foska and Torpchenko, their seventh each of the season. St. Louis putting that pressure on at the exact right time. This is something that Utah has done, several times so far this year. Letting in that goal in the last few minutes. Usually it's about a minute, so 2 minutes is, I guess, impressive for them. Opening draw one back by them. Ingram coming out to the hash marks to push this one up out of his own zone as it's chipped into the Utah end just for a second, though. Not able to do much through neutral ice. Keller trying to push this one in. Instead, it'll be taken away by Shen. He'll find Holloway. Poke checked off the puck, though. Utah back up the other way just for a second. Schmaltz finally able to get this one in. He'll push it around right side boards. Bennington, he'll give it a cross to Pareko there. It'll take a chip, looking for one behind the net instead. Will end up along the right side boards. Pushed into the left side corner now. Keller, the only one back to race for it. Looking for a centering pass there. Won't find it. Goes wide. Holloway back up the other way. Minute 35 left. Trying to chip this one far into the right corner. Taken away by Joseph instead. He'll push this to the right side boards. Nobody there. O'Brien will grab it instead. Can't get this one back in. Broberg hoping to catch Utah on a change. Moving up left side quickly. This one saved away by Ingram. It'll take a bounce to the right side boards. Broberg trying to push this one into the middle. Won't be able to. Chipped out by Utah. Broberg back with it. Looking for another attempt here. Trying to get this one up a little further into the zone. DeSimone will push it to Bukestad instead. He'll enter left side into the Blues end. He's got O'Brien with him. This one blown dead, I believe just for a very late offsides there. No, actually, it'll be a penalty on St. Louis. It'll be a holding on St. Louis. Didn't see from... There it is. Kyrou taking the holding. So we'll see on the replay here, I guess. 59.3 left in the third. Oh, yeah, on the Utah breakout of the zone, Kyrou holds Stenlin. So he's trying to break past the blue line there. So Utah now on the power play opportunity without a couple of their bigger power play players. See if they can get anything going in this last minute here. 59.3 left side draw, St. Louis end. One back by St. Louis looking to clear it out. I assume they will, and all the way back down to the Utah end it goes. Ingram will hold this one and leave it for Sergachev. Dumps this one back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz over to Keller up the left side. Pareko with pressure, though, trying to find Schmaltz in front. He'll take a bounce behind the net instead. St. Louis looking to clear, and they will again. Saved away by Ingram. That one thrown down on net. 28 seconds left in the period now. 1:28 in the power play. Utah dumps this one back in their own zone. Schmaltz with it, cutting up through neutral ice. He'll cut into the middle, giving it over to Hayton. Doan now with it. Can't do much. Loses control of the puck, and out of the zone it goes. Ingram coming out to the dots. Looked like he was going to shoot this one all the way back down, but won't be able to. Sergachev. 4 seconds left. We'll see if Utah can get at least a shot on the net. Push the outside. Looking for one in front. Take a bounce wide instead. And that will be the end of the period. Utah will go into the second with 1:01 left on the power play. As is tradition in the Utah games, they let in a goal in the last few minutes. St. Louis taking that early lead. Exactly what they want. Get that pressure on Utah. Though with a minute of power play going into the second, we'll see if they can tie this one up quickly. They've done it before. We'll see if they can do it again. As it stands, St. Louis 1, Utah 0. You're listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll see you back in about 15 for the second. Welcome back as we get ready to start the second period. St. Louis up 1. Looking at these stats before we head into the second, shots sitting 15-6 in favor of St. Louis. Faceoffs 14-6 in favor of St. Louis. Both teams both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. Utah currently 0 for 1, still about a minute left in it. Hits sitting at 12-5 in favor of St. Louis, and block shots 3-2 in favor of St. Louis. So majority of the offense dominated by St. Louis in the first. Utah had their opportunities, but ultimately, if I don't knock everything off my desk, ultimately, St. Louis coming out on top in that first. We'll see if Utah can capitalize on the minute of power play they have left going into the second here, or at bare minimum, do anything more offensively in the second here, because they're definitely going to need to figure out their face-off situation. 14-6 is just terrible. If you're not winning those faceoffs, you're not having puck control, and if you're not having puck control, you're not going to win the game. Speaking of which, draw one back by St. Louis. They'll dump this all the way back behind the Utah net. Sergachev trying to break out with it. He'll dump this one back to Schmaltz, chipped over to Keller. He'll find Hayton. Along the left side board, Sergachev gives this one across to Doan, right side with it, chipped up to Keller. Finds Schmaltz in the middle, back down to the line for Sergachev. Back to Keller, right side. Deep is Hayton with it, trying to walk in and get that one to Schmaltz in front. Poke checked away. Kept in the zone, though, by Sergachev. Up to Doan, back to him. Keller with a rip from the right side. That one saved away by Binnington. Doan will get to it first. Back to Sergachev. Finds Keller again. He'll chip this Schmaltz in front. 15 seconds left in the Utah power play now. Hayton trying to set up Schmaltz in front with it, not able to. Chipped out by St. Louis. Sergachev will pick it right back up in central ice. Doan, left side with it, gets over the line, dumps this one back to Hayton. Pass across to Keller, penalty killed off. Sergachev, Keller, another rip saved away by Binnington. Hayton looking for the rebound there, wasn't able to find it. It'll be tied up along the left side boards. Utah goes for a change, chipped out to Parayko. Trying to move this one further down the ice than the red line, not able to. Poked in by St. Louis. Cole get to it first back behind the Utah net. Over to Marino now. 18:35 left in the second now. Cole over to Carcone. He'll push this one into the left side corner. It'll take a bounce. St. Louis looking to clear. They will, all the way back down to the Utah end, looking for the icing, and they'll get it. So back down to the back down to the St. Louis end will go for the face-off. Utah coming out swinging with those power play opportunities, feeding Keller pretty much at the right side dot there. Two great shots there. Binnington able to push both of them away, and Hayton right in front with that net front presence, looking for some rebounds, not able to find those either. Left side draw in the in the St. Louis zone, one back by St. Louis, trying to push this one through neutral ice. Shen tries to, not able to be picked away by Utah. Back in their own zone. Trying to move this one quickly up through center ice. He'll bounce all the way back behind to Binnington. He'll push this over to the left side, or to the right side corner. Shen, he'll give this one across to Broberg, pushing this one around the Utah net. DeSimone will get to it first. All the way around to O'Brien. He'll push this one out right side. Utah up the other way. Stenlin, long pass over to Bukestad. Bukestad moving in the right side, trying to find him quickly. Shot on net. That one saved away by Binnington. Mono now with it. Trying to get a pass in front there for anybody to find. That one kept in by Utah. It's Bukestad with it. Pushing up the left side boards. Tripped up. Fans want one, and they'll call it. Seems like they're calling both of them, actually. Looks like Shen and O'Brien, if I had to guess, to the box. Looked like he was pointing to 2 there. We'll see. No, correction on that. They just want Shen. I believe it was pointed at Shen and the box. That was the confusion I had there. Although they're talking this one over. Let's see on the replay here. Because it looked like Shen just kind of fell and then fell. That's not the replay we're looking for. It looked like Shen fell and then I believe O'Brien just kind of tripped over him. So we'll see what they decide to call. Or it was Bukestad. Yeah, Shen dives for the puck, and then Bukestad trips over him. O'Brien kind of tripping up Shen there. I wonder if they'll take him as well. Yes, they will. Okay, figured they would. So we'll play 4-on-4. O'Brien, 2 minutes for tripping against Shen, and Shen, 2 minutes tripping against Bukestad. 17:33. We'll see if 4-on-4 can get anything done for Utah. Was wondering because he was pointing at 2, and I was like, that seems like doesn't seem like just one player there. And they only showed Shen, and then finally they took O'Brien. Left side draw, St. Louis zone. 17:33 left in the second. Shot sending 15-9 in favor of St. Louis. Draw one back by Kerfoot. Schmaltz not able to keep it in at the line. It'll bounce all the way back down to the Utah end. 4-on-4. Buchnevich with some pressure will be given up to Sergachev. He'll dump this one right back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz over to Keller down in his own line. Circling back into his own zone. Back to Sergachev. Chipped up to Keller as he tries to drag as many D back with him into the Utah end. Tries to push this one up into the St. Louis end. Not quite able to. Sergachev will get to it first back in the left side corner, Utah end. Kerfoot right back to Sergachev. It's minute 18 left in the 4-on-4. Utah just kind of circling their own zone the whole time. Maselli now with it back behind the Utah net. St. Louis with some great pressure, though, just not able to pick it away enough to get that offense going. Sergachev right back to Maselli, circling again, back to his own zone as Utah goes for a change. 54 on the 4-on-4 left now. Utah just kind of killing this one off. We'll see if anything on the rush here. Here's Mata moving in right side. Moving up the right side, still with it. Looking for a tip in front. Instead, he'll move to the left side corner with it. Utah now just moving down the left side. Finally gets this one to the slot for DeSimone. Chips it across to Mata. Mata down at the line with it. 28 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Drop back left for Maselli. He'll push up the right side. Kyrie with pressure. Dump right back the line for DeSimone. Snaps this one in front. Saved by Bennington, and he'll hold. Utah killing off almost all of that 4-on-4. Just kind of circling their own end. Pretty impressive by them, but at the same time with the 4-on-4 opportunity, not taking advantage. See if that comes back to bite them later. 18 seconds left in the 4-on-4. 15:51 left in the second. It'll be a right side. Looks like it'll be the right. It looks like it'll be a right side draw, and it will be in the St. Louis end. Schmaltz and who else we got on the draw? Lee Fosca on the draw. 18 seconds left in the 4-on-4. If we can finally get this, there we go. Puck drop, one back by St. Louis. They'll move back behind their own net. Finally moving up with it. 10 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Trying to chip this one up to Parayko. He'll push it right back out of the Utah zone. Trying to get this one reset. Instead, Keller will come away with it. Back to Kesselring. The 4-on-4 cleared off. Back to full strength for both. Kesselring, he'll dump this one in left side. He'll be run around all the way left side boards. Kept in line by Mata just for a second, though. Bad pass up the boards. St. Louis able to dump it into the Utah end, but badly as they get an icing called against. 15:19 now left in the second. I would say neither team able to capitalize on that 4-on-4 opportunity, but really it was just Utah circling their own zone for about a minute and a half and then take 2 shots and then face off and it was over. So I guess good on Utah for just killing it off, but might be able to, if they get some plays right, get set up in the zone, maybe tie it up. We'll see if that comes back to bite them later. Was a left side draw, St. Louis end, kept in by Utah, moving up the right side, trying to find a tip in front. Mata the one there. Instead, St. Louis will pick it away, moving back up the other way quickly, slowing up the left side, trying to find Shen on the right side. Pass goes too far, though. Utah back up the other way now. McBain with it, chipping this one in right side corner. Tucker will get to it first, trying to push it out right side boards. Let me chip right back to him. He'll get it out left side instead. Both teams digging away. Bad pass neutralizes. Kraus back up the other way. Great defense there by St. Louis to pick that puck away. Prevents that shot entirely. Neighbors with a great effort trying to beat Mata to the puck there. Not quite able to. It'll end up back behind the Utah net anyway, but great effort by him. 14.5 now. Neighbors still with great pressure back in the Utah zone. They'll finally clear it up. O'Brien will just dump it back. Bennington trying to slow, won't be able to. Bukestad will dump it all the way back down to the right side boards. Carcone, I believe, coming in to help. It's him or DeSimone. Doesn't matter. Bukestad will pick the puck right back up. St. Louis looking to take this one away, and they will. Back up the other way they come. Neighbors chipping it up to Bolduc. It'll end up right side corner. DeSimone trying to grab it and goes a little too far. Thomas will pick it up instead. Neighbors not able to hold that pass down. Utah will pick it away instead. Mata, long pass up to O'Brien, not able to hold the pass. He'll chip it up for no icing instead. Both teams fighting for it in the right side corner. Kerfoot will grab it. Still pressured by Buchnevich. He'll push this one back down to the point for Keller. Dump back to Schmaltz. Sergachev now with it. Digging Kyra around. Schmaltz finds Keller deep right corner with it. Pass down to Sergachev. A shot. That one saved away by Bennington. Kyra able to pick this one. Pass back to Thomas. Moving in right side of the Utah zone with it. Chipped up to Falk. Looks to run from an angle. 2 saves there by Ingram. Right back to Falk as Thomas has one in front. Kyrou picking it up in the left side corner. Finds Thomas now with it. He'll leave it back for him. Back to Kyrou. Pressured still in that left side corner. He'll find Buchnevich behind the Utah net. Looking for a chip in front. Instead, will be pushed back to the right side corner. All the way out by Utah. And an icing as Fowler beats Schmaltz back to the line there. 13:02 now left in the second. Shot sitting 17-11 in favor of St. Louis. Just great offense by them. Utah able to get in the zone at certain opportunities, but not able to do much with it. St. Louis clearly wanting to end their 4-game losing streak tonight against the division rival, get those very important 2 points. Because they know even more than Utah, only 1 point back, but they need to win tonight. They need 2, not just 1. Left side draw, one back by St. Louis. Holloway dancing with it. We'll give it to the left side point. Back behind the Utah net with it now. Push down to the right side point for Parayko. Throws one. That one goes wide. Fowler coming up from that left side point. He'll give it behind the net for Holloway. For Joseph. Back to him in the right side corner, looking for a tip in front. That one goes wide. Kept in the zone, though, by Fowler. Fowler, he'll ring this one around for Joseph. Right back to Holloway. Throws this one in front, looking for a save. Rebound there by Shen. That one goes wide. Fowler once again keeps it in line. Holloway fakes a shot. He'll give it over to Parayko, right side corner. Chipping this one around to Joseph. Joseph moving it around to Shen again down those right side boards. Now in the left side corner, deep with it, looking for a tip in front to Holloway. It'll go wide to the right side corner instead. St. Louis still in control with it. 12:03 left in the second. As soon as that's said, Utah's able to grab away possession with it. Keller racing to beat Bennington to it, not able to. St. Louis back in their own zone. It's Kyrou with it, looking to push this one in right side. Sundqvist will tip it up, doesn't matter, as Kessling will grab it instead. Cole now back with it. Sundqvist with great pressure, though. Utah back in their own zone. McBain trying to chip this one up to, or Hayden trying to chip this one up to Maselli. Not quite able to. Sundqvist will leave this one for Neighbors, not intentionally, as he's poked off the puck there. It'll end up back behind the Utah net for Hayden. 11.5 now left in the second. Maselli moving out from behind his own net with it. He's got Hayden. He'll give it to him up the left side boards, chipping this one deep. Will end up to Tucker behind the St. Louis net, trying to push this one out right side. Texier able to grab it. Bad pass from him, though, as DeSimone picks that one away from him. Launching this one along the left side boards. Bennington looking to slow, not quite able to. Doan coming in to grab it. He's got McBain with it. It'll bounce to the left side corner. Nobody there but St. Louis. Chipping this one out is Suter back all the way to the Utah end, and that one will be an icing on them. 11:57 now left in the second. Utah and St. Louis just exchanging rushes on those 2 opportunities. They're great chances by both teams. Really feel like the St. Louis offense maybe a bit better than the Utah offense over those last few rushes there, but still both phenomenal efforts. It'll be a left side draw in the St. Louis end. It'll be Sundqvist and McBain on the draw. Tied up with the dot. Will be pushed back behind the Utah net anyway, or behind the St. Louis net anyway. Suter will clear this one. Will be on net, so no icing there. Mott will grab it along the right side boards. Trying to push this one up quickly. Krause on his back, behind him, backhand, is not able to get that one. Kept in at the line, though. Big shot from Utah. That one right into the glove of Bennington. Good effort there from Utah, trying to push up the rush like St. Louis has been doing. McBain moving in the zone. He'll find Krause, but kind of tripped up there a little. Backwards on the backhand. Gets the shot off, if nothing else. Great effort by him. 10:36 left in the second. St. Louis still up 1, but Utah not for lack of trying, but St. Louis trying to make it 2. Listening to St. Louis, Utah, and Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .10:36 left in the second. Both teams with some great opportunities over the last few rushes here. But Bennington keeping the lead for St. Louis and Ingram, keeping Utah in it as they're not able to do, as much offensively as St. Louis has. Definitely the team that wants to end their 4-game winning streak tonight is St. Louis. We'll see if Utah can kind of battle back. Right side draw, tied up the dot, will end up back to Broberg, trying to push this one out right side. He'll get to the blue line over the red. Cutting in through the middle, he'll double back to the right side point, throwing this one at the net, looking for a deflection there from Tropichenko. Big shot from the left side, hits a stick and up into the netting there from Fosca. Like I said, St. Louis definitely wanting to end their streak here, especially grabbing those important 2 divisional points, because if they're going to want to make the playoffs, it's the same situation as Utah. They need to start winning, and they need to do it now. Calgary looks like they're trying to make that push to maintain that spot in Vancouver, though trading Miller, seeming to get their game back together. It'll be a tough race for that last wild card spot in the second. And if Utah or St. Louis don't get it together soon, it'll just be between Calgary and Vancouver. Left side draw, Utah in, tied up with the dot, will bounce back to Kerfoot. He'll move over the line with it. He's got Keller with it. Instead, he chips it up into the left side corner. Falk will get to it first, round to Broberg, looking to clear. Schmaltz won't keep it in. Back through neutral ice is St. Louis. Falk moving up with it, trying to get it past that one, stolen away by Keller. He'll dump this one. Tipped over the line just barely by Kerfoot to prevent the icing. Won't get control of it, but great effort by him regardless. Thomas, great effort, pushes this one around to the right side corner. Utah looking to clear. Take a bounce to Keller in front. Moving up the other way, he's got Schmaltz with him. Drops it back to him. Not able to do much immediately. Poke checked off the puck there. St. Louis will chip this one in. Buchnevich the one to do that. We'll ring around to DeSimone. Utah goes for change, and St. Louis as well. Maselli, long pass up, right to Doan at the line. Drops this one back to Hayden. Can't do much with it. St. Louis will pick it right away. Shen chips this one in left side to the Utah end. Model will get to it first, left side corner, but Shen not without pressure. Drops this one back to Keller, it looks like. Utah able to get this one over to Doan. And he'll find Hayden just a little far there. St. Louis trying to chip it up through neutral ice instead. Marino, not Keller, the one to grab it in the left side corner. Both teams pressuring for it. Joseph trying to grab it. It'll bounce back to Holloway instead. Holloway at the left side throws this one at the net. It'll hit a stick and bounce up into the netting instead. So play blown dead. 8:56 left in the second as we head to commercial, because I guess the advertisers need to get paid. Great effort by both teams in this second, but St. Louis, the one with the edge here, and that's exactly what you need if you're up 1-0. Listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. 8:58 left in the second. St. Louis up 1. Utah having some good opportunities here in the second, much better than the first. Shot sitting 13 in favor of St. Louis. Looking at the second specifically, 8-3 in favor of Utah. Bennington keeping them in this game so far. Let's see what happens here in these last few minutes. Left side draw on the Utah zone, one back by him. Looking to move this up through neutral ice is Bukestad. Will chip this around left side corner. Bennington will get to it first behind his net. He'll push this over to the right side corner. Shen will pick it up as it's tied up in the corner just for a second there. Trying to clear it out. Kept in by Cole. Passing the middle to Bukestad. Throws this one to the net. Looking for a tip. Both teams digging away in front. Still puck free with it. Bukestad now digging away. It'll end up to the right side corner. Holloway will get to it first. Kesselring with pressure as Holloway falls down just for a second. He'll regain control of it. Moving up out of the zone with it. St. Louis back up the other way. It's Joseph. Has Shen with it. Tries for a little backhand. Ingram able to keep it out. Both teams in front. And that one will be blown dead. Another instance where Ingram saves this one in front, gets low, and then both teams just right in front with it. And then back up the other way on the other side of the ice. Bennington with a similar situation. Just right in front with it. Utah, great effort to not give up on that play there. Yeah, Bukestad has a couple draws. O'Brien right in front with it. Tucker doing a great job boxing him out. And then back up the other way quickly. Joseph, I think, waits too long as he's trying to deke out Ingram and get that one backhand right behind him, but he gets that pad save over in time. Great effort there by both. 8:16 left in the second. Will be left side draw in the Utah end. Shot sitting 19-13 St. Louis. We'll drop this one again. Shen, I believe, kicked out of the dot. Not sure as they cut right back to Ingram's face. He was kicked out of the dot. I believe Neighbors the one to get in. Doesn't matter. That one won back the left side corner. Utah looking to push this one out right side. Will end up back behind the net for DeSimone. Pressured off the puck, though. St. Louis a quick shot of the net. That one goes wide. Along the right side boards, Utah looking to get this one out. Kept in by St. Louis, though. It'll bounce over and out of the zone for Broberg. He'll keep control. He doubles back to his own zone. Moving up over the blue line, finds Falk. Trying to cut in. Neighbors will grab it. Bounce right back out of the zone instead. Chipped deep. Utah will grab it. I believe Kraus one. Chipped up. Nope. Doesn't matter who had it as a delayed call there. High sticking. Calling a penalty on that one? Yes, they are. Be a high sticking on Carcone, it looked like. So St. Louis right back to the power play. I believe looking to see if Neighbors was bleeding on that one. Doesn't look like he was, so only a single minor. Yep, Carcone, 2 minutes high sticking against Jake Neighbors. That's not the one I need. That's the one I need. So St. Louis, oh yeah, just when both cut across the line, Carcone swings his stick a little high as it bounces off Neighbors right into his face there for the clear high sticking. So 7:39, St. Louis back to the power play. 0-for-1 tonight. We'll see if this is the opportunity they need to take that so important 2-0 lead. Right side draw tied up just for a second. Broken stick for Falk, it looked like. He'll run to the bench and grab another one. Thomas will give this one right back over to the left side. Back down at the point. Held up at the left side boards. Back behind now, I believe, for Buchnevich. He'll find Thomas. Right side looking for a tip in front from Buchnevich. Not able to. Right back to Thomas. Buchnevich trying to find Sunfist. He'll bounce back down the line for Fowler. Pass across over to Thomas. Texier, the other one out there. That's who's on the left side. Drop back to Fowler. He's got Thomas cutting up the right side. Looks for one from an angle. Ingram will just fall forward on that one, and he'll make the save. Minute 15 left in the St. Louis power play now. 6:54 left in the second. St. Louis very patient on this one. Utah playing great defense, trapping that middle zone, not letting them kind of do what they wanted on that first goal where they got in front, let them get set up, dropped it, teed it up right back for Texier. So, although that one wasn't on the power play, but still, now you're down a man blocking that same type of situation. Right side draw again in the Utah zone. Ref falls down there and kind of gets in the way. Tied up right down at the right side point. Both teams digging. It'll bounce out of the Utah end, but St. Louis still with control. Falk doubles back to his own zone. 1 minute left in the St. Louis power play. Chips this one up to Kyrou. He'll move this into the right side corner to himself. Motto trying to battle for it. Bouncing down to the right side point. Falk, a long pass over to Hayton. Here he comes back up the other way. He's got McBain with it. Hayton takes the shot, saved by Binnington. Almost decides to hold that one. Doesn't. St. Louis back up the other way. 3 or 4 on 2 if they act quickly here. Falk deep with it. Neighbors right in front looking for the tip there, I think. Utah will get to it first, and they'll clear this one down to the St. Louis end. 25 seconds. Both teams going for a change. 6 minutes left in the second now. Shots sitting 21-14 in favor of St. Louis. Thomas up to Parayko. He'll move in right side with it. Back to Thomas. Pressured, looking to get this one in front for Buchnevich. Back down to the point for Parayko. Trying to find Thomas. He'll get this one back to Buchnevich. Buchnevich moving in with it. Takes a shot, hits a body. The penalty killed off. Back down to neutral ice. Parayko will just dump this one in. Krause will get to it first. 5.5 left in the second now. Krause, long pass chipped up by Utah. Or at least it looked like it was chipped up. Won't be. That one will be an icing on them, it looks like. Utah with a great opportunity shorthanded on that power play there. Just not able to capitalize on it. Binnington playing great tonight for St. Louis. Not that the offense hasn't been helping him, but he's been helping that back end significantly. Ingram keeping Utah in it so far. 5:27. See what happens here. Would be a left side draw in the Utah end. One back by St. Louis. Fosco, the one to win that draw. Drop back for Texier. Breaks his stick on that one. Utah able to recover. Keller back up the other way, or at least he looked like he was gonna. Bad pass through neutral ice. Utah not even able to get into the zone there. Take a bounce up into the benches, so play blown dead there. Keller tries to get it to Marino at the blue line. He just bad little dump pass right through neutral ice there. Real slow there. So Hayton with a great attempt on that power play opportunity for St. Louis. Not able to capitalize and bring this one back within one. Similarly, St. Louis, great opportunities, just not able to bring this one a 2-0 lead for them. 5:14 left in the second. You're listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. .5:14 left in the second. St. Louis still up 1, not able to capitalize on that second power play opportunity. Utah almost with a shorthanded goal, but not able to put that one in either. Binnington keeping this a 1-0 game for St. Louis. 5:14 left in the second. If we cut away from Binnington's face, we'll see where the face-off ends up. Eventually. There we go. Center ice draw. St. Louis will win this one back, dumping this one into the right side corner. Kessling will get to it first, left side, pushing this over to Cole in the right corner now. Dump back behind the net. Nobody there. Buchnevich looking for one in front, but Kessling a great attempt to just chip this one back to the Utah end. Kyrou will pick it up and neutralize, trying to kind of double back with it. He'll give it over to Thomas, right side boards. Utah Kerfoot. Great effort by him. It'll be back in Utah possession. Moving up the right side, Bukestad with it. Too much pressure, forced to dump it. Kerfoot will get to it first, not able to grab it over to Keller like he wanted to. Take a bounce in front, Bukestad fighting for it. St. Louis looking to clear. They'll get this one over to Kyrou. They'll find Falk right in the middle. Thomas finding Falk again, but not able to get the shot off. Thomas will. That one hits a body and goes wide. Back down to Falk at the right side point. Gives it across to the left side. Throws this one in front. Saved in front by Ingram or hits a body. Doesn't matter. Doesn't go in. Another shot takes a bounce wide. Utah looking to clear this one. Keller will grab it this time. Cleared up to Krause, it looks like. Will be Krause and move this one in. Right side just for a second, though. It'll be Hayden that dumps it deep, so he's not able to do too much with it. Too much pressure there by St. Louis. Tucker back in his own zone. Couple of passes, and it's bounced into the Utah end. Sundqvist fighting to prevent that icing, but not able to. St. Louis in their own zone had control of it, but just one bad pass, and it takes a couple of bounces off a few guys, and then it's icing back the other way. Keller, the one dropped to block that Thomas shot right in front. So it looked like it didn't look like it hit Ingram there. That one hit a body for sure, and replay confirms. Left side draw, St. Louis end. Sundqvist and Hayton on the draw. Sundqvist a little quick, but will before the pucks even drop there. One back by Sundqvist, the left side corner. Maselli able to race to it first, bringing it all the way around to the right side. Back to Maselli, right side boards with it. Dumps it behind the net for Hayton. Too much pressure will end up to Doan, right side. Mata, quick pass across to Marino. Throws this one in front. Hits too many bodies, though. Bounce back to Sundqvist, looking to clear this one out, and he will, all the way to the Utah end. No icing there. In the left side corner, Utah back with it. Takes a bounce back behind the net for Marino. Gives this one over to Mata. He'll move up ice with it. Down back into his own zone for Marino. 3:13 left in the second now. Marino circling back in his own zone. Gives it over to Krause. Chips this one up. Utah trying to kind of figure out something in their own zone. Lucky bounce for Mata here, moving back to the St. Louis end. Pushes up the right side boards. Throws this one in front, looking for a rebound. Almost has one, but chips up over the net instead. Parayko able to grab it. He'll move this one out right side. Chips up into the Utah end. Cole get to it first. Gives this one back over to Mata. Mata back over the red line now. Forced to ring this one around right side. Bennington get to it first. He'll slow and push it over the right side corner himself. Utah, Carcone fighting to keep this one in along the right side boards. Almost gets this one back. So it'll be picked away by St. Louis. Gives this one back to Parayko behind his own net. Chipping it up through neutral ice. It'll end up in the right side corner. No icing. Looked like it was going to be, but won't. Kessling back behind his own net. 2:17 now left in the second. Chipping this up through neutral ice will be pushed up right side by Schmaltz. He's got Keller with him. Picked away by St. Louis immediately, but Utah able to dump it right back in. Push the right side corner for Falk. He'll ring this one around left side, trying to clear it out. And they will, all the way down to the Utah end. No icing. Sergachev will grab it. He'll wait behind his own net. 1:53 now left. Pass up along the right side. In front for Keller. Moving up the left side quickly. Too much pressure. 2-on-1 there. Tied up along the left side boards now. Takes a bounce in front. Sergachev trying to keep this one in, not able to. St. Louis back up the other way. I believe it's not Bukestad. Buchnevich. Doesn't matter as Utah able to prevent anything on that rush. Utah chipping this one back up quickly. It'll be tied up right in front of the Utah bench. Bounces back to Kerfoot. He'll dump this back to the Utah end. 1:20 now left in the first. Sergachev chipping this one up to Stenlin. He'll ring this one around right side. He'll find O'Brien. Bukestad trying to grab that, poked away from him in the left side corner. St. Louis back to neutral ice, right to Cole with it, not able to do much. St. Louis trying to fight to keep this one in the Utah end, won't be able to. Bukestad ringing this one in Utah, ringing this one into the St. Louis end. Will end up along the left side boards. 54 seconds now left in the second. Here comes Kyrou back up the other way. He's got Buchnevich with him. Slows the right side point, pass over the right side for Thomas. Shot, that one saved away. Thomas throws this one in front. Kyrou able to pick it up, drops it right back to him. Pushes this one over to the right or left side corner just to go for a change there. Kessling will dump it over to Cole back behind his own net. 30 seconds now left in the second. Utah back behind their own net, waiting for a change. We'll see if they get one last rush here. Chipping this one deep to the St. Louis end. Doe not able to do much with it. Too much pressure and in all alone. St. Louis back up the other way. Holloway throws this one over to the left side, trying to find Sunfuss in front. Ingram will poke this one to the right side corner. 10 seconds left in the second now. Both teams digging away at it still. Looks like they're just going to pin this one up against the boards for the rest of the period. 2 seconds, takes a bounce down to Pareko. Can't get the shot off in time, though. And that will be the end of the second. Shots at the end of the second, sitting 22-15 in favor of St. Louis. Second specifically, 9-7 in favor of Utah. St. Louis still with the 1-0 lead. Not without effort to get that second one. They have the power play opportunity they can't capitalize on. Similarly, Utah down 1, but still not for a lack of effort. Plenty of great chances and a shorthanded rush on that power play opportunity. Hayden just not able to put that one past Binnington. We'll see if in the third here, either team can finally get something past either of the goalies here. Or magically, if we see either of the kind of patterns going on with the goals, we'll see if Utah can win this one 4-2 for the third time against St. Louis, or if they can lose the third game in a row 3-2 in overtime. With the way this game's been going, I don't expect it because it's been a very goalie-heavy game, but still, anything can happen. Still 20 to play. As it stands now, St. Louis 1, Utah 0. You're listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801, Utah Hockey Radio. We'll see you back in about 15 for the exciting third period. Welcome back as we get ready to start the third period. St. Louis still up 1. Stats before we head into the third, shot sitting 22-15 in favor of St. Louis. Breaks down to 15-6 in the first St. Louis, 9-7 in favor of Utah in the second. Faceoffs 24-12 in favor of St. Louis. St. Louis 0 for 2 on the power play, Utah 0 for 1. Hits 16-9 in favor of St. Louis, and block shots 7-6 in favor of Utah. It's going to be a very important period. Been a close game. Great offense between both clubs so far. We'll see if that continues into the third or if one team just really puts the foot on the gas here and takes control of the remaining 20 minutes. This is a big, important game for both clubs. Divisional matchup, 2 points only separate. Both teams only separated by 1 in the playoffs. Both 6 and 7 points out, Utah and St. Louis respectively. So, an important win here. I have a feeling if Utah does not come out victorious tonight, their playoff chances pretty much over, barring a miracle. So it's not impossible because they are only a few games back, but it's going to need a lot to go right for them. Starting with, of course, taking the 2 points tonight. Should have started a few games ago when they should have taken the 2 points against Columbus and Pittsburgh. However, at least you get one, but that's not what you want from this time of year. Opening draw, one back by Utah, doubling back in their own zone. Long pass up to Schmaltz. He'll chip this one in to prevent the icing. Will end up right side corner. Kerfoot racing for it. Take a bounce along the right side boards and cleared right back out. Kyrou trying to gain control. Buchnevich as well will be tied up along the board. Thomas pushes this one back to the St. Louis end. Chipped into the Utah end left side for Keller. He'll pass this over right side. Long pass up, chipped again. Will end up just left of the net this time for Kerfoot. Parayko will grab it, moving up out of his own zone, chipping it into neutral ice for Utah to grab. Back through neutral ice. Swung at by St. Louis, not able to grab control there. Cole with it now. Or Hayton with control. He'll get this one up to Maselli, moving up the right side, goes wide. Will end up back behind the St. Louis net. Not Bukestad. Bennington will push this along the left side boards. Utah will grab it to neutral ice instead. Kesselring back in his own zone with it. Quick pass over. Trying to move this out of their own zone, but chip away from St. Louis, and they'll back up, and they're back into the zone. Bolduc with it, centering. Will end it back down to Broberg, looking to push this one into the corner, not able to. It will hit a body and bounce wide. Broberg will push this around to Holloway. Just a little far for him. It'll be grabbed by Joseph. Pushing this one back into the left side corner. Nobody there but Utah to grab. 18:30 left in the third. Holloway with great pressure, grabs it away, moves right side. Throws us down to the right side point. Run around for Sundqvist. Trying to set up Suter in front with it. Won't be able to. It'll bounce all the way back down to the St. Louis end. Bennington back behind zone net with it. Will push it up to the right side for Suter. Long pass up through neutral ice for Joseph. He'll chip this one in, but it goes a little high, so it'll hit the net and bounce down. Play blown dead. 18-11 now left in the third. Utah's really going to need to get that offense going and fast. I feel if they aren't able to get that goal within the first 10 minutes of this period, it might be over for them, but it's not impossible. Still plenty of time to play. Opening ice draw. This one back by St. Louis. Texier dancing with it. He'll pass this one over to Suter, held at the left side point. Throws this one deep to the Utah end. Take a bounce back behind. Motto trying to push it out right side. St. Louis fighting to keep it in. He'll bounce back to Motto on the right side corner. Gives this one over to Marino. He'll find Krause with it, looking to push it up through over to McBain. Won't be able to. Texier will grab it. He'll dump it right back into the Utah end. Ingram will get to it first. He'll hold it behind the net just for a second for Marino. Will take a bounce up into the netting. Play blown dead. 17:42 now left in the third. St. Louis doing exactly what they need in a situation like this. Don't let Utah even get in the zone, which has been very easy for teams to do over the last few games. Once Utah falls into the pattern of getting trapped in their own zone, it's very hard for them to break out of it. And St. Louis doing exactly what they need, keeping that puck beyond their blue line, not even letting them get control and neutral ice. Left side draw in the Utah zone, tied up the dot, but Utah able to come away with it. Here comes Kerfoot up the left side, throws this one at the net right on Bennington. He'll hold for the save. 17:32 now left in the third. Shot sitting 22-16 in favor of St. Louis. Should be a left side draw in the St. Louis end. And it will be. It'll be Kerfoot and Thomas on the draw. Utah not doing great on faceoffs tonight, but a very important one if they can win this one back. One back by Utah. They'll push this one over to DeSimone. He'll chip this one up to Keller. Tied up in the right side corner by Pareko. Kerfoot coming in to help. He'll push this down the boards further. DeSimone can't quite get to it, so this one is grabbed by Kyrou, held in his own blue line. Kerfoot doing a great job pressuring Kyrou off the puck, but he'll regain control. Bad pass by him, though, as he whiffs on it. Utah back up the other way. Schmaltz looking to throw this one in front. Won't be able to. It'll bounce back down the left side point. Schmaltz back with it left side. Throws this one over to Kraus, looking for a quick tip in front. Won't find it. Back down to Sergachev. Chip this one over to Mott, I believe. Schmaltz the one with it. Kerfoot along the right side boards. Keller will just throw this one at the net. Doesn't do much with it. Chipped out by Fowler, the one there. Utah fighting to keep this one in. It'll be thrown from the line, and Binnington will hold for the save there. 16:38 left in the third now. San Jose, that's not even remotely close. St. Louis still up one. Utah doing a much better job offensively over these last few minutes here. Kraus, great effort there. Or not Kraus, DeSimone, the one, great effort there. Just throws that one at the line, ends up getting that one on net. Binnington with the easy save regardless, but now another offensive draw for Utah. This one back by Utah. It'll bounce to the right side boards. Kesselring throws this one in front and it's in. Utah able to tie it up pretty early in the period. Not sure if that one was deflected or not. Regardless, Kesselring throws this one back from the point. And it's in to tie this one up for Utah. We'll see on the replay here if that one was tipped. Doesn't look like they're going to give it to anybody. No, look like that one is all Kesselring's goal. Stenlund just wins this one back from the line. Chipped from Bukestad right to Kesselring at the right side point. Just a blast. Yeah, right to Kesselring. Might take a sec to get the assists on that one, as I'm sure they checked to see if that was tipped or not. But Kesselring, his 6th of the season. We'll wait and see who gets the assists on that one. Opening draw, one back by Utah, looking for a second one quickly. They'll get right back into the St. Louis end, throwing this one to the right side corner. Carcone racing to grab it. Down along, Marino trying to do the same thing as Kesselring, not able to. It'll bounce to the left side boards instead. St. Louis quickly chipping this one out of their own zone. Long pass across. Here's Broberg moving in, throws this one, saved by Ingram. Tries to go 5-hole on him, not quite able to. Utah back up the other way. Here's Carcone cutting around, trying to just tuck this one in front, not able to. Saved away by Binnington. Broberg holds back in his own end. 15:48 left in the third now. St. Louis shuffling around their own end. Texier will be the one to move it out. Cutting in left side. Tied up along the left side boards, pushing this one back to the point for Suter. Pass across for Tucker. A shot thrown in front. Hits a body. Fosca racing for it. He'll grab it. Throws this one in front. Ingram will save this one away to the right side corner. Texier trying to grab it. Cole as well trying to push it away. Bad pass from Texier. Stenlund will steal it. Back up the other way as Utah. Over to Bukestad. Bukestad right side pushed a little too far. Throws this one in front. Hits a body but goes wide. Texier will grab it along the left side boards. Chipping this one out of the St. Louis end. Torpchenko trying to push this one a little deeper. Not able to. Bad pass there by Utah. But they're able to regain it. They try and push this one further into the zone. Not able to. Utah back at neutralized with it. Here's Schmaltz cutting in. He'll duck this one over to Kerfoot along the left side boards. Too much pressure. Can't do much with it. 14:50 now left in the third. Utah can't push it right back into the St. Louis end. Here's Thomas moving in with it. Pass across Buchnevich. Buchnevich looking in front for Robertson. Wrong team entirely. Doesn't matter. Right into the glove of Ingram. Thomas, the one on the shot there. Robert and Thomas, confuse it for Robertson. Wrong guy there. Utah tying this one up, and then St. Louis, great effort. Wasn't even Thomas, that was Kyrou with the shot. Go figure. Close enough. Great effort there by St. Louis, if nothing else, on those last rushes there. Just get it right back in the Utah end, throw things at the net. Great effort to see after you lose the lead there. Left side draw on the Utah end, one back by St. Louis. Can't do much with it. Utah will clear it up through neutral ice. Doan trying to push it in will end up back behind the St. Louis net. Bennington will push it over to the left side corner. Now here's Holloway with it. Long pass will push this one into the right side corner. Will bounce left. Marino will get to it first. Looking to push this one out. It'll end up back to neutral ice for Broberg. Quick pass across to Falk. He'll try and chip it right back to him. He'll go a little far, but he'll keep control as Holloway doubles back to grab it. Falk looking to chip this one into the Utah end. Instead, it'll bounce right at the line, and Utah will regain control. Just for a second, though, St. Louis back with it through neutral ice. Cutting in left side is Falk. Pressured. He'll throw this one back down, trying to push it a little further. It'll be left for Hayton back behind the Utah net. Dumping this one back in their own end as both teams go for a change. 13:45 left in the third now. See if those assists ever got put in. They did. We'll do that in a minute. Carcone, quick pass up along the left side now, throwing this one in front. Both teams digging away at it. Carcone able to get it back. Kessling looking for a second, throws it, saved by Bennington. Neighbors looking to chip it out. He will. Kessling will pick it right back up. Pass over to Carcone. Chip this one over to McBain. Drop right back for Carcone. Fiddles with it in his skates for a second, but regains control. Gets this one back to Cole in his own end. Right pass right through the middle to Krause. Can't do much with it. Picked away immediately. Here's St. Louis back up the other way. It's Kyrou with it. Dumps this one back to Thomas. Finds someone back down at the point. Cutting in left side. It's Parayko. Tied up by Cole on the left side. Buchnevich cutting in to help. He'll regain it. He'll push it right back down to Fowler. Right back to Parayko with it. He'll find Buchnevich in the left side corner. Quick pass in front. Ingram. Oh, no, they'll score. Great pass there by St. Louis, and they'll regain the lead. It looked like Ingram had that one saved. We'll have to see on the replay how close that one was in. Kyrou just quick passing by St. Louis from behind the net, and they'll put that one in to regain the lead. Maybe Utah will lose the third game in a row, 3-2 in overtime. Kind of impressive. Let's see here. Parayko chips this one left side corner. Buchnevich, he'll find Thomas. Thomas throws this one over to Kyrou and just blasts this one from the right side point. See if we can get a better angle. Nope. Guess that was it. All right. I didn't want to see how that went in anyway. All right. Firstly, regarding Kesselring's goal, Bukestad and Stenlund with the assists, their 9th and 6th respectively. Now let's wait for the St. Louis assists to come in. Oh, there they are. Kyrou, his 22nd of the season. Thomas and Buchnevich with the assists, 25th and 21st respectively. Utah trying to cut up their neutral ice, chips this one into the St. Louis end. Stenlund not able to do much with it. Chip right back to St. Louis, trying to cut in over the line. Foska's not able to grab it. Great effort there by Torpachenko. Stenlund, quick setup there for Bukestad. Right back to Stenlund, who chipped this one into the bench instead, so play blown dead. 12:16 left in the third. Great effort by Utah to tie this one up, and then off some amazing passing from St. Louis, they'll regain the lead. Utah's going to need to fight back if they want one more to tie this one and maybe push it to overtime, or preferably just win in regulation and get the 2. As it stands now, St. Louis up 2-1 against Utah. You're listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. 12:16 left in the third. Utah ties it up at 1, and then St. Louis takes the lead back. St. Louis playing a great offense in this third. Utah playing better than they have the other two periods, that's for sure. Looking at that replay again on that Cairo goal, it does look like it goes 5-hole as kind of Ingram gets kind of lopsided as he kind of jumps to the left side to make that save, but just not fast enough. Left side draw outside the St. Louis zone will be chipped right side corner. DeSimone will grab it, pushing it along the left side boards. Will bounce back to the left side point for Sergachev. Back to DeSimone, throws this one at the net, looking for a tip. It'll go wide instead. Schmaltz the one there. Schmaltz back with it now, doubling it back to Sergachev, right in the slot with it. Throws it in front. That one wide again. Delayed penalty, I believe, on St. Louis here. It will be. Kerfoot with it. Doubling back down to the line. He'll dump this one over to Sergachev. Throws this one across to Keller, right side dot with it. Looks for another tip that will go wide. Right back to Sergachev. Takes a tip in front, and St. Louis will finally touch it. So play blown dead. We'll see what that was a penalty for. But Utah back to the power play. Suter will be taking a 2-minute interference call. Doesn't say against who yet. I'm sure as soon as I look back, it will. Of course it did. Kerfoot, one who was interfered with. Very important power play for Utah here. We'll see on the replay exactly that. Oh, yeah. Kerfoot's just kind of sitting in front of the, parked in front of the net, and Suter just walks up right behind him, cross-checks him to the ground. In St. Louis's defense, Kerfoot did kind of lay there, hoping, I guess, to grab that call or see if he can pull that. I guess he does, or ref saw it regardless, either way. 11:38, Utah to the power play for 2. Shot setting 26-20 in favor of St. Louis. St. Louis up 2-1. Left side draw. One back will bounce down to left side point. Now Keller with it, right side point. Tries to chip it up the right side boards. Here's Hayton trying to cut in with it. Not able to. Picked away by Buchnevich. He'll cut out with it. Dumping this one into the Utah end. Ingram will just hold it behind the net for Utah. Sergachev, he'll dump this one back to Schmaltz. Schmaltz up to Doan, right back to him as he tries to get this one in the zone. They'll chip it in right side. St. Louis with control, though. Clearing this one up through neutral ice. They'll take a bounce to the Utah end. Sergachev will grab it. Dancing in his own blue line. He'll dump this one back into the zone for Schmaltz. Minute 20 left in the Utah power play. Chipping this one in left side to Keller. Dump right back to Sergachev, bringing this one around. It'll be picked up by Hayton, left for Doan. Throws this one to the right side. Nobody there. Sergachev will grab it. Sergachev back to the line with it. Finds Keller right side point. Deep for Hayton, in front for Schmaltz. Back down the point for Sergachev. Keller a rip. That one goes wide. Hits up. Might have hit the bar or hit the glove of Binnington there. Regardless, up into the netting. Play blown dead. 10:31 left in the third. 53 seconds left on the Utah power play. We'll see on the replay here. Yeah, that one looked just to be blockered away. There's a better angle. Nope, hits the bar. Utah bar away from tying this one up. Keller, an absolute rip from the right side point there. Right side draw in the Utah end. We'll drop this one again. Both teams jump a little early. 53 seconds left in the Utah power play. Trying to throw this one into the front. Will take a bounce. St. Louis looking to clear. Kept in by Sergachev, though. Right back to Keller, right side with it. Has pressure. He'll dance up the right side boards. Gets deep with it. Still tied up along the right side boards. 40 seconds. Tries to find Hayton in the corner with it. He'll move this one around to Doan, left side with it. Looking to find Schmaltz in front. Doesn't matter. Dumped out to the Utah end. 29 seconds left in the Utah power play. Left by Ingram for Sergachev. 10 minutes left in the third. Utah looking for one more break. Keller cutting up with it. He'll find Kerfoot. Dumps this one back to, or find Krause. He'll dump this one to Kesselring. Looking to find Maselli in the left side corner. Tied up with it. Krause will grab it. He'll find Keller right side. In front for Bukestad. Not able to get that shot off, though. Penalty killed off by St. Louis. Kesselring down at the point. Left side with it. Pass over to Keller. Not able to get that shot off. Intercepted by St. Louis. Kept in the zone by Kesselring, though. Great effort there by Joseph to immediately poke that one out of the zone And Utah immediately back to the power play. Joseph, roller coaster of emotions for him, bats that one out of the air as Utah tries to keep this one in, and then immediately trips up Kesselring as they fight for it right in front of the Utah bench. So 9:23 left. They'll head to commercial, hopefully for one of the last times in this game. And then Utah right back to the power play. Had a couple good chances on that one. We'll see if they can do it again. Stands now St. Louis up 2-1 against Utah. Listening to St. Louis, Utah on Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. We'll be back after the short commercial break. 9:23 left in the third. Utah right back to the power play. Joseph, should be Joseph, taking a 2-minute tripping against Kesselring after St. Louis immediately kills that power play off. Does a great job on it. Utah with some quality chances. We'll see if they can do it again on this one. Hopefully tying it up this time. Left side draw, St. Louis end. See if we can get this puck drop on the second attempt here. We will tie up at the dots, trying to find St. Louis in front. Keller will push it right back to Sergachev, right side point with it. Keller deep right side, trying to push this one to the right side corner. Too much pressure. Ends up in front for Doan. Shot right to Binnington. He'll make the save and a slide out to the hash marks pretty much. So great effort by him to come and challenge it, I guess. Yeah, puck ends up in the right side corner and everybody over there but Doan just takes a bounce. Oh, St. Louis looks to clear it on that attempt. See who it was. I believe it was Pareko there. Looks to clear it. Gets to Doan right in the center slot and right into the glove of Binnington. Left side draw again. 1:47 left in the power play. 9:10 left in the period. We'll drop that one again. As if this hasn't taken long enough to get this one dropped. It'll be Hayden and Thomas on the dot. Well, nope. Thomas kicked out. It'll be Hayden and Buchnevich on the draw. No, Hayden kicked out of the dot as well. What? Can we drop the puck, please? It'll be Schmaltz and Buchnevich. Maybe we'll get this drop. Finally, we will. Right to Suitors. He's able to clear this one back at the Utah end. Ingram, he'll push this one up to Sergachev. 1:40 left in the Utah power play. 9 in the game. Utah back in their own zone. Left for Keller. Keller cutting up through neutral ice. He'll chip it left side for Schmaltz. Schmaltz pushing in left side corner. We'll double that back to the left side point for Sergachev. Over to Keller right side. Back to him as he holds with it, looking for a centering pass. He'll get this one over to Sergachev, trying to get this one deep with it, not able to, barely out of the zone, and that one will be offsides for Utah, just by about a puck's width there. 8:33 left in the third, 1:10 left in the power play. Utah very careful on this power play here, just trying to find those perfect lanes to tie this one up. Left side draw outside the St. Louis end. Hayden Thomas on the draw this time. Broken stick for Hayden, but doesn't matter as that one's cleared to the Utah end, so he has plenty of time to either get the change or get an extra stick. Sergachev, he'll chip this one Over to Schmaltz. Schmaltz cutting up the right side. He'll move up into the zone with it, trying to push it out. Doan will keep it in just barely, though. St. Louis back up the other way. It's Thomas on a 4-on-1. Pressured right off the puck by Schmaltz. He'll push this one around to the right side corner. Sergachev to grab. 40 seconds left in the Utah power play now. 8 left in the third. Keller ships this one over to Doan right side. He'll throw this one deep left side corner, but actually that one's offsides, so Utah not able to do much on that entry. 34 seconds left in the Utah power play now, as it seems like Utah's throwing its second line out there. Or second power play line, I should say. 7:57 left in the third. Utah not been able to do much on this power play opportunity. I think they're getting too antsy with themselves. Right side draw outside the St. Louis zone. One back by St. Louis, looking to dump this one, and they will. Right on net. Ingram will make the save. Kessling to grab it. Right side corner. He'll chip this one up to Maselli. Almost loses that one to Torpachenko. Doesn't. He'll throw it along the Utah blue line over to Carcone. Right back to Kesselring. 15 seconds left in the Utah power play now. Maselli will chip this one left side, and it's in the St. Louis end. Right back to Kesselring. He'll throw this one at the net. Goes wide. Maselli fighting for it in the left side corner. Instead, St. Louis able to clear it out. 2 seconds, and 2 power plays in a row killed off by St. Louis to keep the lead 2-1. Fighting for it and neutralized will be dumped in by Joseph. Ingram will get to it first. He'll leave this for Marino. Shen with pressure will be dumped out left side. Falk racing to get to it first. Hayton trying to bat that one out of midair, not quite able to. Bukestad the one trying to, not Hayton there. Marino, he'll find Mata in the right side corner of his own zone. Utah back up the other way now. McBain fighting for it. Falk will get to it first, trying to ring this one around to Marino, deep right corner with it. We'll take a pass in front for the Blues, and it's out of their own zone. Chip back for Holloway. He'll find Shen up the left side, trying to pass it across. Holloway will grab it now. Doubled back. St. Louis will keep it in, throwing this one at the net and cleared right back out. Go all the way down. That one won't be an icing, just barely. Broberg will grab behind his own net. He'll leave this one back for Fowler as he goes for a change. 6:22 left in the third now. Shot still sitting 26-22 St. Louis. Trying to push this one in. It'll end up back. Will be an icing. I don't know about that one. I think the St. Louis guy beat him. I didn't see who it was, but I don't know about that one being an icing. Regardless, it is. So back to the St. Louis end, we go for the face-off. 6:16 left in the third. Shots in the third specifically. If we can load this before, there we go. Setting 7-4 in favor of Utah. St. Louis up 2-1. Right side draw, it'll be Schmaltz and Sunfist on the draw. St. Louis end. Tied up at the dot just for a second. Preko able to win it. He'll clear this one. Kept in by Utah at the line, though. Not able to do much with it, though. Sergachev right back to Kesselring at the red line. Trying to cut in through the middle. Pressured away by Sunfist. He'll double this one back to Sergachev. Back to Keller moving up tries to move up the right side. Be forced to stay at the line instead and dump it. Schmaltz will grab it in front. Trying to find anybody. Instead, it will be St. Louis who will grab that one away. Fowler, the one to grab that one away. Kept in by Utah, though. Keller cutting right side with it. Pressured by Suter. He'll dump this one back to Kerfoot, it looked like. Yep, will be Kerfoot. Schmaltz looking for one in front. Keller, a tip. That one just goes wide. 5:33 left in the third now. Back to Schmaltz. He'll dump this one to Kesselring at the right side point. Chipped around to Kerfoot. Back behind the Utah net with it. Dancing. He'll move right side looking for a pass in front. That one goes wide. Kept in the zone, though, by DeSimone. Looking to push this one deep. Won't be able to. Taken away by Thomas. Passing this one to Buchnevich, back to Thomas right in the slot, cuts to the right side dot, throws this one, blockered away in front. Nobody knows where that one ends up. Luckily for Utah, Broberg will grab it right at the line. Here's Kyrou with it now. Right side point, pressured off, is forced to dump this one deep, taken away by Utah. DeSimone with it as both teams go for a change. He'll hold in the Utah zone. 4:45 left in the third now. Trying to cut this one into the St. Louis zone, forced to dump it instead. Bennington will dump it around to the left side corner. Passing this one across to Broberg. He'll chip this one into the Utah end, just barely not out of play there. Mata back in his own end. Utah looking to get this one in. It'll be chipped in instead. McBain, great effort from him to grab it deep in the St. Louis end. He'll push this down to the right side point for Marino. Marino trying to get this one back to Carcone. It'll end up to McBain, left side corner now. Back to Carcone. Quick pass in front, not able to get that backhand off in time is McBain. Too much pressure there by the St. Louis defense and cleared out to the Utah blue line. 4 minutes left in the third now. Kraus trying to cut into the middle. 5-on-1 though, can't do much. We'll take a bounce down to the right side point, kept in by Maselli, cutting left side with it. Pressured by Joseph and Sten now. Quick shot in front there by Utah, saved away by Binnington. Not Sten, Shen with it. Clearing this one out, he'll find Holloway cutting into the Utah zone quickly. 4-on-1 though. He'll push this one to the right side corner. He'll end up to Shen. Shen left side corner with it, trying to get it right back to him. It'll bounce in front. Utah will regain control. Kesselring cutting out of his own zone. 3.5 left. Throws this one at the net. This one saved away by Binnington. Ends up in the left side corner. Carcone fighting for it. It'll end up to Fowler instead. Now Parayko with it, left side corner. Trying to cut this one out of the St. Louis end. He will. Hits the ref just for a second there. St. Louis not able to get it in. Bukestad will dump this one left side corner of the St. Louis end. Kerfoot to grab, looking for a centering pass. Can't grab it. He'll grab it back himself though. Trying to get that one to Keller. It'll end up to the right side corner. Back to Kerfoot behind the St. Louis net. Back down to the point for Sergachev, dancing with at the right side point. He'll find Keller right back to Sergachev. Cutting into the slot, takes a shot, hits a stick and goes wide. Still in play though, ends up in the left side corner, right for Buchnevich. 1-on-1, 2-on-2, or 2-on-1 now. Back to Buchnevich, cutting in. Ingram goes wide and crashing the net. Looks to be, I couldn't see who. It looks to be Sergachev who crashed the net there. Both teams getting to know each other after that. Hoping to see that one on the replay because I'm not sure if he was pushed in or if he just crashed the net to prevent that goal there. I assume he was just on the rush and caught it. 2:37 left in the third. Golden opportunity there for St. Louis. Just breaks out of the zone quickly. Thomas, I believe, the one to accompany Kyrou. If we can cut away to the replay here and not just show everybody skating to the bench. There we go. Let's see here. Nope, wasn't even Sergachev that knocked it off. Thomas was the one that knocked that off initially. Buchnevich, not Kyrou. As Thomas just gets a little too deep with it, and then Sergachev trips into the net, lower part. Thomas got the top, so play blown dead regardless. 2:37, Utah down a goal. Shot sitting 27-25, St. Louis. This will be a draw in the Utah end. If we can cut away from the benches again. That's great. I don't want to see turning. I want to see the game. There we go. Right side draw, Utah zone. Kerfoot and I believe Sunfist. On the draw, it will be him. Puck finally dropped one back in the right side corner for Utah. Texier with some great pressure there on Utah, but can't do much with it. Sergachev away behind the net as they go for a change. 2:25 left in the third now. We'll see when and if goalie pulled for Utah. Dumped in right side corner. Be rung all the way around to the left side. St. Louis trying to clear. Falk the one. Finally, that one bounces out of the zone to Kesselring back down at center ice. Chipping this one in right side of the St. Louis end. Here's Hayden trying to move in with it. Too much pressure. St. Louis looking to clear. Kept in by Sergachev. Throws this one at the net. Right into the glove of Binnington. Great save by him to keep this one a tie. Well, not a tie game. Keep this one a 1-goal game. Found all the offense in the third over these last few minutes. Minute 59 left in the third. We'll see if Utah decides to pull Ingram. Looks like they will. Or at least have him come out to the hashes. Can't quite tell between just seeing Turney's hand motions. Ingram will just wait at the hashes to see if they win this face-off, it looks like. That's great. We got that he's there. There we go. Left side draw, St. Louis zone. Tied up the dot just for a second. Will bounce to the right side corner. Utah looking to keep this one in. It'll be pushed back behind the St. Louis net. Pareko looking to push this one out. Will bounce to Buchnevich. Doesn't know where that one ends up for a second. Utah able to grab it back. Ingram still in his net. Kerfoot now with it. Bad pass. Drops it right to Buchnevich. Whiffs on the shot, though. Saved by Ingram. Just a terrible pass there by Kerfoot. If Buchnevich doesn't whiff on that one, that's pretty much the game there. Ooh, that's just... You hate to see that. He tries to cut it into the middle for Kesselring. I think he gets too caught up on Buchnevich. And, yeah, if you're Utah, be lucky that Buchnevich whiffed completely on that shot. Didn't even shoot the puck. Stick completely over it. Minute 36, Utah will take their time out. Especially now back in their own zone with an offensive or a defensive zone draw. This is going to be bigger than ever. Because now you can't pull Ingram if you wanted. Because you need him in the net for this. This will be crucial. Current shots sitting 28-25 in favor of St. Louis. Looking at the third, sitting 10-6 in favor of Utah. Looking at some of the other stats while we're here. Face-offs. Been 54 face-offs this game. Good Christ. Sitting 34-20 in favor of St. Louis. So Utah doing terribly compared to how they usually do. Both teams, St. Louis 0-2 on the power play. Utah 0-3. Hits. Utah just does not play that physical game they need to. Besides O'Brien and maybe Carcone. Hits sitting 23-12 in favor of St. Louis. Oddly enough, or no, that's takeaways. I'm getting it wrong. St. Louis 8-2 in takeaways, so that big crucial stat in this game. Finally, timeout over. We'll wait and see if Utah can win this one back, or if St. Louis puts one in quickly, ends this game before Utah can lose it 3-2 in overtime again. Right side draw. Utah zone one back by St. Louis. Pareko forced dumping around to the right side corner. Will end up left. Schmaltz will get to it first, taken away. Buchnevich a shot. That one goes wide. It'll bounce out of the zone. Pareko will grab it at his own blue line. Gives this one back to Fowler. Looking to push this one into the Utah end quickly. Instead, it'll be Sergachev that grabs it. Cutting into the middle. Ingram to the bench. 1:09 left in the third. Utah with the empty net. Long pass up, moving in the left side of the St. Louis zone. Immediately, they'll clear it back out, but that should be an icing, and it will be. McBain and Neighbors getting to know each other after that one. A couple swipes at each other. So offensive zone draw for Utah. 56.9 left in the third with the empty net. Down one. See which side of the ice this is when we cut away from the faces of the players. It'll be a left side draw in the St. Louis zone. Delta Center on their feet. Tied up the dot, one back by Utah. Down to the left side point for Kesselring. Chipped up to Keller, I believe. Trying to push it along the left side boards, but immediately cleared out by St. Louis. Neighbors fighting to get this one away. Backhand, throws it wide of the net, though. Utah trying to push this one out of their own zone. Sergachev back with it. 39 seconds left now. Looking to push it in right side. It'll be tied up right at the right side point. Utah trying to get it deep, not able to. They'll dump it right back in, not off sides. Pareko will get to it first left, looking to clear. Will bounce to neutral ice. Utah with control. Shen trying to grab it back. He will. Throws at the net, hits the post and goes wide. 17 seconds. Utah needs one last rush here. Schmaltz with it. Dumps it back to Kesselring. 10 seconds. They need to get in the zone. They're in. Kerfoot throws it in the middle for Schmaltz. Back down to Marino. Throws this one in front. Bounces wide. I'm not sure if they hit the net or what. Throws it in front looking for anything. Keller with one goes wide. And that will be the game. Utah, on one end, didn't lose 3-2 in overtime this time. But what a game between both. St. Louis, the one of the two to snap their four-game losing streaks. Taking the crucial 2 divisional points. What a game. Final shot sitting between both teams. 28-25 in favor of St. Louis, breaking that down by period. 15-6 in the first, St. Louis. 9-7 Utah in the second, and 10-6 Utah in the third. Great effort by both. St. Louis, the one to come out ahead tonight. Next game for Utah will be February 4th against Philly, finishing out their homestand. However, I will be attending that one reluctantly, but I will. So next game for me will be Thursday, February 6th, Utah, right back on the road to face not St. Louis, to face Columbus, who they played just the other night, hoping to get their revenge on them. As for tonight, 2-1 in favor of St. Louis. I've been Taryn Holmes. This is Utah 801 Utah Hockey Radio. Have yourselves a good rest of the night.